This is Roger with Kinetics in Tucson, Arizona. We're selling this Hummer. It is a 2003 H2. It's all-wheel drive 6.0 gas. It's a theft recovery. It's on a clear title. We purchased it from the basically the San Diego area, Mojave Desert area. Insurance company there had it. It was a theft recovery. Has 109,000 miles on it. When we got it, it had a bunch of stuff stolen on it, so we had to replace it with brand new stuff. There's our little list here that I handwrite because I don't get all the technical stuff. So alternator is new, 4 shocks are new, the left rear window regulator is new, as is the left rear window switch. I'm surprised, apparently somebody needed those for their H2. The cluster, we replaced the cluster because it was like all GM clusters, and the speedo wasn't working right. So that's brand new. That's already been done. They stole the fuel tank. So they had a new fuel tank and everything that goes along with the fuel tank. The left front hub assembly made a little bit of noise. We have to replace that. It wasn't stolen, but it was making some noise, so that's new. They stole the rear air suspension, so we had to buy new rear airbags for the suspension. We put a new moonroof motor in it. And like the white one that we just sold, when you put a moonroof motor in, it doesn't mean it's going to work in an H2. If you help it along, back and forth, it will work. I suggest not doing it. The problem with H2s, moonroofs, is that the motors are, especially 03s and 04s, were just made for that year, and they've never made new ones, so they're sitting on shelves, and they're on 10 years now sitting on shelves. So apparently that's not helping them with their power. And it's an oversized moonroof and a 10-year-old thing that's been sitting on a shelf. They don't work so good. We tried 2 different ones on our white 03 we just sold, and it never fixed the problem. So assume you're just going to keep it shut and you're not going to have a moonroof. Or you could sell the moonroof or the motor or whatever. It's brand new, but we're not going to go through moonroof motors and find out that none of them will actually do anything. This thing has been repainted, not by us. You can look at the, we'll have before pictures. It'll show what it looked like before we even brought it here to Tucson. And you'll see that it looks just the same as this. Aside from being droopy in the rear end because it had its shocks and air suspension stolen. A couple little marks on the hood. Basically like lacquer checking from really hot temperatures. It's actually a really nice rig. They stole the radio. Well, it's nice of them to leave the plugs for it, though. Whoever did the paintwork on this thing did a great job. I mean, it's not factory by any means, but it certainly isn't makeup. It looks good. Tow package. New shocks. New airbags back there. Yes, just knock the plate off. That's good. Obviously it doesn't have the third seat on this side. Put the plate back on. There you go. Here's your roof. I'm going to fire this thing up, open the hood. You can see under the hood what's going on there, what it looks like. $109,798. We will have somewhere between 50 and 70 HD pictures. It will have a little magnifying glass you can click on. You can zoom in really closely to these. In the pictures and see exactly what's going on. Battery. it down when I'm over there. All right. Here's your passenger front door window. Let's see. Tilt forward, tilt back, back, forward, full seat. Oh, let's go put it down first. Front down. There we go. Now let's go up with the back, up with the front. There you go. All right, it's got lumbar. That's down. You can see it moving. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not. Air blowing. That's that. All right, passenger rear. This is a new regulator and a new switch. Those are just Tahoe regulators, which is why they work so well. Here's your heated seats in the rear. There you go. And radio. Let's see. Oh, you know what? That won't power up because we don't have a radio up front. Gotta have a radio up front to make it power up. Headliner looks great. It's missing this tray on this door. Alright, let's see, door locks. There. Mirrors out, in, up, down. Left side, out, in, up, down. Let's see. Heated seats. Forward. Back. Full seat. Front of the seat up. Rear of the seat up. And down. And down. Let's make sure the thing tilts. Forward and back. There you go. Not too bad. The wear's not too bad on this seat. Tilt wheel. That works fine. Alright. Let's see. Seatbelt on. Like I told you, we had this whole headliner down twice, and we've tried 2 different motors in this thing. See how that's the tilt up. I'm not even going to roll it back because I know what it'll do. These things are oversized. The motors you put in them, even brand new motors from Watson Chevrolet, it'll go to about here, it'll stop, and then you got to help it along. It's just a nightmare. So I'm not even going to bother with it. If you need a fully functional, non-hassle moonroof, don't buy this. That's called tough love at Wheel Kinetics. We don't leave anything out. That's part of the allure to us, is we don't need to BS anybody. Traction control. Let's see what else we got. We also have, there's tow on and off right there. Let's see what else we got. Let me get this thing out of the way here so I don't back into anything. All right, put it in neutral. We're gonna go, let's see. Oh, here we go. I think I'm in the Tahoe. We're in 4 low. Drive. That's definitely 4 low. And we're gonna go to reverse. And that's 4 low. No problem. Neutral. 4 high. Now we're in 4 high. And we can drive it smooth in that. And let's put it in reverse. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to put it in neutral again. Put it back in 4 high. It's all-wheel drive, so that's locked, and that's locked high, and that's locked low. So now we're just in 4 high. Anyway, they were nice enough to leave the plugs. We didn't buy a radio stereo for it because most people would like an upgraded version of what they had in the first place, and you go to Best Buy and buy an adapter plug and throw something that's really cool in there that you really want. Anyway, good looking rig. It's been gone over mechanically like crazy. The only thing I don't like on this thing is the moonroof, and I don't like that on all of them. They're just absolutely infuriating. So we just sold one, a 22,000 mile 03 H2. You can actually probably see that it's still online as one we just recently sold. Watch the video, same thing, 22,000 miles. And then we went through 2 motors in that one too, and it still does the same thing. So apparently they are not to be fixed. What else? Let's see. If you come to Tucson to drive it home, you're going to pay tax and dock fees. Dock fees are, drive this thing a little harder for a second. Beautiful. That's beautiful. Nice running. Anyway, $250 dock fee and taxes. Taxes are 2% sales tax here in Tucson, plus whatever your state tax rate is. If your state tax rate is, say, 2%, or actually let's say 3%, it's an even number, is 3%, you add that to our 2%, you're going to pay a total of 5% tax and a $250 dock fee. If you pay by wire and ship, all you pay is the agreed upon price, nothing else. You'll deal with your taxes and your MVD fees once it's shipped to you. Once we receive full payment by wire, we will sign the title off to you, notarize it, scan that into your online file for the truck, for the H2, and you'll be able to see it online immediately. As you'll also be able to see the envelope that we mailed it to you in, everything that we have, the insurance title will be in there. So basically you're going to have a 15-minute video, you're going to have an online file with all your paperwork, you're going to have 50 to 70 HD pictures with a magnifying glass that you can click on and look at in detail. And you're going to have all the information I'm giving you in this video and in the ad itself. So please take advantage of all that stuff. There's no upside in us BSing you at all, okay? Deposit. Let's jump on this thing again real quick. Zone right here, and then it goes to 25 right here, and I regularly do about 60 or 70 right there, and it's only a matter of time before I get a ticket. Please get your deposit. Once we have a deposit, we'll put your name in a banner over the H2 at wheelkinetics.com, and you'll know it's yours. Last thing I'm going to say, this is kind of obvious, but I say this on all the vehicles. I'm not singling this one out, so please verify that by looking at other vehicles we have. At the end of the videos, I say this about everything we own, whether it's Dennis's M3 or my Acura or any of these vehicles. They're out of warranty. The guys at Chevy, Hummer, they give it a certain number of miles, a certain number of years for a reason. They don't know what's going to happen to it after that much time, or that many years, or that many miles, or that many anything. Okay, so basically what they're saying is we want a divorce because it's getting scary at a certain number. Okay, if they don't know what's going to happen to it at a certain number, there's no chance that we know more than they know. So there's risk in buying something used. If they could have given it a 200,000 mile, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 10 year warranty, they would have, and they would have charged $80,000 for it, and they would have gotten it. They can't do that because they don't know. So there's risk involved in buying this. We've gone through this thing a million times, like we always do with everything. We know this thing pretty well. We're giving you everything we know, but it doesn't mean it's not going to break a week after you get it or a month after you get it. We don't know. So if you don't want risk, go buy a new one. They don't make these anymore, so it's impossible to go buy a new one. But if you could, it would probably be in the $60,000 or $70,000 range. So just assume that some of the money you're saving by buying this from us will have to be spent on a repair sooner or later. You definitely need a radio. And what else? And the moonroof is funky. That's about it. Thank you.